Yes, we are recording now. It's official. It's legit. Super excited. So anytime Jen is gone, there's a huge hole in the show because it becomes very clear who the star of the show is. It's Jen. But I try to compensate by having incredible, inspiring literacy leaders and friends and guest hosts when Jen's gone, making a difference in the literacy world. And today I have one of my closest, and she's inspired. Like, if you followed the 30-second book talk annual event we've done for years, Julie has definitely Julie Bloss here has definitely left her mark on that. Some of the most creative, amazing book talks and videos that you'll ever see. So, but I don't want to build you up too much because really this is all about just kind of organic, authentic fun and book love, we call it. So, Julie, thanks for coming on short notice too. How you doing?
I am well, and thanks for the invitation. I'm so excited to be here today and talk to you about one of my favorite books.
Nice. I can't wait to hear it. If you're okay with it, we'll have you go first. And this, Jen is better at this than I am, but I sometimes I remember and I need to tell everyone this is read this now. Two friends, two people share two books or book talks in a few minutes or however long it ends up taking. And usually there's bonus conversation about literacy and whatever, life and making a difference for kids too. So we'll go where the conversation follows. But Julie, what do you got for us today?
Okay, Brad. So I'm not going to be easy. I'm not going to just tell you the name of my book. I'm going to make you guess it.
Okay.
So got some props because,
Nice.
I'm a childhood principal. I serve pre-K and kindergarten, 350 4 and 5-year-olds. So I already had these things in my office because these are things children bring to school every day. So here we go. First of all, here's a clue. Are you ready? Can you see what this is?
Yes.
See that? Okay.
Yes.
What is that?
That's a stick.
Yes. Children bring these to school for all sorts of reasons. It's true.
Bad idea, kids. Bad idea.
This is a clue, something to do with my book today.
Okay.
Number 1. All right.
Okay. I know it's way too early, but in my mind, I already have 2 guesses. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here's clue number 2. This did not come from my yard because this isn't from Northeast Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This actually, I think, came off of our staff Christmas tree.
That is a big pine cone.
It is. It's pine cone. Okay. Are you with me yet?
I'm with you. Okay.
Okay. All right. Here's
one of my initial guesses is still in the mix. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm sure you have read this book. Okay. Here is number 3.
Okay, that's a stone or a rock, right?
That's right. Actually, this one, somebody left it by the door. It was propped open. You're not supposed to do that in school.
No, you're not. That's another bad idea.
Rock. And then a class in 2017 painted it, and it's a kindness rock. So you've seen those projects where they paint it and then they leave it for someone to keep. So this was a kindness rock. So So you've got a stick, a pine cone, and a stone. What is my book?
I thought it was going to be Spruce and Lucy, Todd Nessaloni's children's book, until the stone. That threw it all off. And then I'll be super honest, I caught a peek of just the corner of the cover on the bottom. So now it wouldn't be fair if I guessed. I want to give you, I don't want to steal your thunder.
All right. My book is Stick and Stone.
Nice.
Stick and Stone by Beth Ferry and Tom Lichtenheld. Yes.
That was fun. I like book talk guessing games.
I love all kinds of games. So I think I chose this book. The first time I read it was last year. It came with our book fair with Scholastic, and I did it as a read aloud with my staff at the preview. And the reason I chose this book is, as a parent and as an educator, sometimes I'm looking for books that really teach a character ed lesson or help teach a special lesson. Sometimes those books, and may have a great storyline, or they may have a great character ed lesson, but they're lacking in illustration, or maybe it's like the three things: the character ed, a storyline, and illustrations. But how often do they have all three key components? Sometimes you get a ringer with all three, but oftentimes one's a little lacking. This book has all three. Has a great storyline, beautiful illustrations, and great teaching moments. It's definitely a book for pre-K, maybe through even second grade. You could even do second grade with this and feel fine with it. So to book talk this book, it's about friendship, and it's about two key characters, Stick and Stone. And at the beginning of the book, these two characters are alone and they're lonely. And those are two different things. You can be alone and not lonely. You can be perfectly fine being alone. So at the beginning of the book, Stick and Stone are both alone and they're lonely, and you see them, and the illustrations just really bring these pieces of nature to life. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, comes this pine cone, and he's incredibly unkind, and he says some regrettable things to the stone. And Stick, who wasn't a friend with Stone, sticks up, get it? Sticks up for Stone and says, that's not right. That is not right. And he really sticks up for this other character, and right away, they just strike a friendship. And throughout the book, they go through these adventures. They play together. You see them blow bubbles. You see them go to the ocean and watch the water, the waves. So they just have this beautiful friendship, this connection. And Pinecone just kind of goes away because he kind of skulks off, I guess. And then in the middle of the friendship, you think things are going great. Just often in life with your friendships, something occurs. There's a twist of fate, and a storm happens, and they're separated. And Stone searches everywhere for Stick, and there's lightning, and there's thunder, and there's drama. And there's this moment of, well, will they find each other? Are they going to find each other? And you see Stone yelling, Stick, Stick, Stick. And then you see Stick, and he's stuck in the mud. What to do, what to do? And Stone risks his personal safety to pull the Stick out of the mud. And he saves him. He saves his dear friend. But I think the sweetest moment occurs at the end when the Pinecone comes back and apologizes to the two characters for his actions. They go away in the sunset together. It's the most beautiful teaching moment as a parent, as an educator, because I know as a principal, you deal with this all of the time. There are so many things you could do with this simple, beautiful story of friendship. That's why I chose this book today.
Fantastic. Hashtag read this now. Hashtag trifecta, right?
It is a trifecta.
Message, illustrations, and I forget the other one of the trifecta.
Yes, definitely that. And if you go to Beth Ferry's website, there are a ton of teaching resources. So there are songs, there are puppets, there are circle time activities, there's a secret handshake, and best of all, when was the last time you saw one of these? It's called a friendship catcher. And so you get one of these little doohickeys that you can cut out and color and play this game. So I just adore this book. I'll show you my favorite page in the book. Well, there are a couple of things. Inside the jacket, you see, where did these characters come from? Where did they come up with this stick and this stone? Well, the stick apparently came from this tree, something to do with a bird. So you could really talk with your child or a class about this. How did this stick even come about? Maybe this bird landed on this tree and this branch fell off from the weight of the bird, or the wind was blowing.
Julie, curiosity's killing me. Where's the stone come from?
The stone.
Oh, okay, got it.
catapults
Yeah.
out of this volcano.
Huh.
And then my favorite page is this stick and stone. Their friendship, a perfect 10.
Ha!
A perfect 10.
That's cool.
I love
Thank
it.
you, Julie. Thank you, Julie. That was fantastic. Love it. Love it. So next on deck, we have one of the favorite books that I've read in a really long time, and our books could not be more opposite. So I heard you say kindergarten through second grade and up for yours. Mine is, I'm going to need your help on the age on this. I'm thinking adult readers, high school readers. I don't know how low it would go. But so I recently had the chance to visit you and your Oklahoma principal friends and had some great learning. And somebody really special gave me a book I love. It was you. Thank you. And I read that book, and it was absolutely incredible. So I'm going to share this. It's called Killers of the Flower Moon, and it takes place mainly in Oklahoma, right? And do you know how to say the Native American tribe? Is it Osage? Osage?
Osage.
Osage. Okay.
Yes.
So here's two powerful things, and maybe I'll just leave it at that for this book. It's written in a way like those mystery TV shows that we all get glued to and just can't stop watching. You know, it unpacks evidence and details and different characters and kind of sometimes cast dispersions, and you're learning and you're thinking, how did they do that? Who would do that? That is how this book is written, probably more so than any other book I've ever read. And you even, I think you book talked this the day that you gave it to me, and I heard you say it was written like a mystery, but dang, this is incredibly, it's a National Book Award finalist, and it is so incredibly well written, based on a true experience and true events. So that's number one, the readability, and just like obviously I finished it in just a couple days, but it's incredible. Now the second reason of the two that I was going to share is it journals the stories of a people, the Osage Indians, and it is unbelievable. We often hear in our in curriculum and conversations just kind of one perspective and side of how things went as our country was being further developed, but as this mystery unfolds, the heartache and perseverance that these people experienced, you just really have words cannot explain like how powerful this book is. Your heart aches, and you can't believe that people would be so cruel to a group of people. And there are also like champions and people who stood up for it and risked their lives to confront that evil. So it is a story of great hope. Just one thing I really liked, it's like I said, the mystery is incredibly well written, but there are artifacts. So here's a picture of one of the main people that the book chronicles. So you have Molly, her sister Anna, and Lizzie, and one of those people is the first person murdered. And I say first because I'm foreshadowing. There's more than one person who's murdered. So as you're reading, you actually get to see the real people who were dealing with that, or being investigated, or who were in prison and things like that. And just like those murder mysteries on TV, it's shocker and bombshell after bombshell. You just won't believe it, but yet it's all based on true experiences. So I can't thank you enough for sharing that book with me. I would recommend it to any adult, probably any high schooler, and maybe even middle school with support. I need to do a little more research on that. I'm always a little more conservative on my recommendations. So hashtag read this now, and thank you for sharing. Julie, any reflections or things that you wanted to share about this book?
Being from Oklahoma and a member of the Cherokee Nation, I was really naive. I live an hour and a half from where that occurred with the Osage Nation, and there's a great museum now where people can come. I know when they come to Osage Nation, they're coming to see Ree Drummond with the Pioneer Woman. When you come to visit that, you need to go to the museum and see the artifacts from that time. I'm so grateful that the book has been released. We're looking forward to the movie coming out. Martin Scorsese is directing. Leonardo DiCaprio has confirmed he's going to be starring in it. And I don't know what character, but I'm all in. I'm in it to see it.
I am 100% in. I didn't know there was going to be a movie. That
Maybe.
is amazing. I mean, this is an incredible book. So
Yes, it's well written
mm,
for readers. It's also excellent. I've read it. I've also done it on Audible.
mm,
Hearing the different characters with different voices is
mm,
also really compelling.
mm,
It is it's a gut wrenching story
mm.
about a horrific time. It discusses the birth of the FBI, which I didn't know occurred in Oklahoma.
Yes. Yep.
So definitely being from this state, I'm proud for that story to be known, and
Mhm.
I'm just so glad that you book talked it and that you loved it.
Yeah, thank you, Julie. Well, I firmly believe that there aren't too many things more special that friends can do, than share incredible books and just kind of be trusted literacy sharers and talkers. And I definitely count you in that, small group of people. So thank you for sharing the gift of reading, not just with me, with other people. I feel like because we love literacy and books and book talking, we pay it forward. So anyone who's listening, read this now and read Stick and Stone
That's
now
right.
as
That's
well.
right.
Right? Cool. Thank you,
Absolutely.
my friend. It was so good to see you. Thank you.
It's good to see you.
All right. Take care, Julie. Appreciate
You
you.